Being alone doesn't mean necessarily being lonely. Let me explain. Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to talk about something that I feel like a lot of people confuse with, and also I had confused a while back when I was a bit more younger now, but now I see it a whole lot more differently, which is alone versus lonely. Alone and being lonely, they're very different things, and I'm going to explain what the differences are. So what are the differences? Well, being alone is a physical state of not being with others, which can be positive or negative depending on the person's personality or needs. While lonely is an emotional state where it perceives from a lack of connections. So for example, you could be in a room full of a whole lot of other people, but you still feel lonely. Like you have a whole lot of people around you, but you lack the communication and the connection with those people.
So initially, they're very two different things, and a whole lot of the people are confusing that, in which I also confuse that at times, but it took me a while, but then I realized that is not the same. There are two very different things, but a whole lot of the people confuse it, and it's really not good to confuse it, because they are two different things, and they're very different, completely different. They're not the same. But people are different, and they see things differently and believe that things are different, and they see it different. So it would make a little bit sense of why they think like that or whatever, because like I said, people are different and they would see things differently than I would, or you would, or anybody else would, or my best friend would, or whoever else. So it makes sense. But to be correctly, being alone doesn't necessarily mean being lonely. They're just very two different things. And you can be alone and not feel lonely, and you can be lonely and have someone by your side. So they're not the same. So I didn't mention, because I'm in a rush, I'm meeting my friend right now, because we talked about like a deal we have to help each other doing something at the library, and I'm gonna meet him right there right now. Before I meet him, I want to explain in the future, not right away, I'm gonna meet him first, but I want to explain the 3 reasons why we may feel lonely when we're actually not lonely at all. Alright, so me and my friend, we had a lot of fun speaking about the stuff we spoke about in the library. Me and him right now, actually, we're going to take some pictures, and also I need to buy some new pants. But before we get into that, I'm going to talk about the 3 things why I believe when you feel alone, you feel lonely, when you're not actually. So the number 1 thing would be social needs. The reason why we feel sometimes lonely is that we don't have our social needs met. So for example, everybody in some sort of way, it doesn't matter if you're rather an extroverted or introverted, we want to have our, like, to speak to somebody. We are, us humans, we are social beings. We want to socialize in any way, in every type of way. If you're extroverted, obviously you're going to speak the most, you're going to get the most energy from everybody. And an introvert may not want to speak so much, but will likely to speak with the people more closest to. And even if you are one of those two and you're alone at times, you may still find yourself to be lonely, but in reality, it's not true. It is not. So we are here now. We're looking for some clothes, and they look pretty nice. What do you think? They look nice? Yeah. So I got my pants. Now I'm gonna go inside and just check them out. I'll be right back. So these are the first ones, and I don't know. They kind of feel good. They're not. No, they're kind of falling. Okay, never mind. But no, other than that, they're pretty good. Maybe I need a tighter fit on me. But other than that, I think they look good. They keep my ankles covered, and that's good because it's getting colder here in Norway. It's like -4 degrees right now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's pretty fucking cold if you think about it. Alright, so
He went to find a new size for me because these are not good. And until he comes back, I'm gonna talk about the second one. And the second one would be lack of support, in my opinion. I think one of the reasons why we also feel lonely, or people believe they're lonely when they're alone, is the fact that they don't have support much, really. Like, if you're going through a tough time and you don't really have nobody beside you to like maybe talk to or whatever or something like that, you may feel like being lonely. And for example, for me, I kind of felt like that last year. When I had my heart broken, I felt a bit like lonely. I did feel a bit lonely, but entirely I didn't, you know? But yeah, that will be the second thing, which is the lack of support. And these are the second ones. And these actually fit perfectly. Like there's no problem. All I need to do is just put a belt and that's it. And even a belt I don't need. Like it just stays. So we found 2 pairs now, and I need to find one more that is black. These are the other ones. They're a bit grayer than the other ones. They're not the same color, but they're almost the same. But I think we found 3 winners for my new pants. So I spent some time with my friend, and we walked around a little bit and talked more. And now he left, which means I'm all by myself. Wow. No, we're joking with you guys. But anyways, I'm gonna wait for my bus and then just get home and then continue with the rest of the video. Alright guys, so I made it into my own town. And yeah, okay, so let's continue on with the video. And the last thing, and the third thing that will make you feel lonely is personality differences. So from what I realized is that I'm quite different from the people from where I live in Norway. I'm different than them. And one of the reasons why it made me feel lonely is because I don't do the things they do. I don't do what they do. I don't talk like them. I don't move like that. I'm like different, and I have a different mentality than them. It's just the whole bunch of other stuff. The culture is different, like a bunch of stuff. My personality is different than theirs, and I'm guessing that yours is also different of your personality. So like, if you live in a different place, in a different country or whatever, your personality is different than the people who live there. Like, I'm more of a warmer person, while Norwegians are more of a cold type persons. So like, it makes total sense why I would feel lonely. And if you are in the same situation like me, where you live in a country or somewhere or in a town or city or whatever where there are more cold people over there, but you are a more warm person, then it makes sense why you would feel like that, because you have nobody really to hang out with and stuff. 1, and 2, it would be that you don't associate with them too. Like, you're whole different. Like, you do some things that make you more happy, while everybody else do the thing that makes them happy, but they don't associate with the things you do, which is just one of the reasons why it makes you lonely, because you have nobody who is like you, for example. And after all those 3 things, it would make sense why you would feel like that. Like, you're alone but you feel lonely because you haven't met your social needs, you lack support, and your personality is different than everybody else. So it makes sense why you would feel like that when you are alone. But let's not get it twisted. Like I said before, there are 2 different things. They're not the same. So you just gotta understand how the differences are. Like I said earlier in the video, they're very different. They're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. They're very not. Alright guys, now I'm home, and now I want to talk about 3 ways that I have been able to be more okay with being more alone with myself. And the number 1 thing, it would be engage in activities that I enjoy, which means pretty much basketball or going outside. At times I really loved going
outside by myself and just enjoy a little bit of nature or something like that. 1 or 2, trying to find in a way something new that would make me more happy. Like trying to find a new way to do something, like a new hobby or something like that, which would be, for example, recording or editing or doing something else, or a little bit of meditating, or just trying to do any new activity, new as possible, that could be more okay with being me, more myself, and that's all. And it made me really good, this. It really made me feel more like, oh, I can do something else more by myself and everything, which is really good. It made me really more okay with the idea of being more by myself. And number 2 is limit social media. This one would probably be the best one out of all, in my personal opinion, because social media puts a lot of things in your mind. It takes a lot of your time and attention, and it makes you very bad, like it hurts your head. It's a whole bunch of stuff. And what I did is that I initially, literally, probably I took about 2 or almost 2 weeks or almost 1 month away from social media. Like I put my phone down, installed all the apps possible that were social media, and I just enjoyed some peace alone, and that's it. And it was actually really good for me. It made me feel a whole lot more better. Like it just made me feel good. Just taking away all of that. And in that period where I felt like that, very lonely, it made me more happier. Like really more happier. And the third thing, and lastly, would be creating a routine. Now, creating a routine means trying to stick up with it at best as you can. So for example, let's say today I do my video and meet with my friend, and also make a little bit of the video of what could I say and what could I do better for the next time. Like I'm planning my day, and then after that maybe I'm reading a book, or I call somebody that I wanted to call, or anything like that. So pretty much kind of like creating a routine and planning out your day, pretty much, instead of just like, oh, that's it, that's what I'm gonna do for today. Oh well. No, you need to create a day for yourself. Like you really need to create something that will make you a whole lot more happier, like creating a sort of a morning routine. Let's say you want to do this, and this in the morning, which is really good. It makes you somewhat more happier that you did that by the morning and stuff and all that. And then an evening routine where you do this, and this. Like that's a whole lot more better than just not doing anything for the rest of the day. Now, these are the things that helped me feel a whole lot more better. Obviously, for you, it would be a whole lot of other things. That's where you have to find. You have to find what works for you as an individual. If the things that I said, it may not work, then you have to find something else. Or if they do, then it's really good. Out of all of them, I think social media helped a lot more. Like just take it away and just enjoy a bit of freedom without needing to look at all those pictures of people being together or people going outside having the best time of their life and stuff, because pretty much social media is just almost fake. Not everything you see on social media is true. Most of it is fake, which is sad. But a thing that I've done lately, which I would recommend, is kind of going on social gatherings pretty much. Like I only went there once, but I had a nice time. I'm going to go out this week again, which maybe I'll try to record something about that. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But what I did is I had this app called Meetup, and I just met some just random persons from all over the other places in the world. There were some Norwegians there too, yes. But there were also other people who were like speak Spanish or Ukrainian or Russian or anywhere else. So it was really fun to go there, and I do recommend having Meetup or an app or on Facebook or whatever, where you can go on social gatherings and meet people, where you can connect with and pretty much find new friends, pretty much. And that's actually a good thing. So that's, technically speaking, a bonus of what can make you and what has made me a lot more happier alone or escape this idea of being lonely. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it has hopefully helped you not feeling lonely when you're alone, because you're not lonely when you're alone. You're just with yourself. And it's a good thing, because being alone sometimes it can help you grow into a better person. And it certainly did with me. And I'm a lot more happier that I've been more alone with myself to think about things that maybe sometimes I wouldn't have been able to when I was too busy trying to think of being with somebody or looking to be with people and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.